everyone. Welcome to the St. Canard Files, a Darkwing Duck Podcast. I'm your host, Will Santana, and
Stan Lund back once again.
Hey, Stan, it's a little weird recording this podcast. We know by the time this one dropped, there's already been 4 fillers, and this is the 5th one, but this 5th filler is like, 2 months after we recorded the last one or something?
Yeah, but they're technically not fillers anymore. Now they're just episodes.
Yeah, now they're just episodes, yeah. I call them fillers because me and you are not the original hosts right now, so that's why I've been calling them fillers.
You're one of the original hosts.
True, you got a good point there, but all right. So, Stan, anything going on with you? What's new with you?
Not a whole lot that new with me. You know, been catching up on some shows, been collecting some more merchandise. Of course, still getting Darkwing stuff I don't have.
Okay. Yeah, if you're tuning into the podcast, if you don't mind, if y'all can give us a subscribe on our YouTube, if you're one of those people that listen to it on like Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, whatever it's called, or any of those audio ones, and you don't like the video ones, if you don't mind, can you give us a subscribe on YouTube? Because we are at 900 subscribers, so we are 100 away from 1,000. So we would really, really appreciate if we could hit that 1,000 mark. I just wanted to give that quick push. Stan, you wanted to give us an announcement that me, you, and a couple of us saw on Instagram that's kind of sad, but still news.
Yeah, unfortunately, one door has closed, but it doesn't mean that what is coming still isn't going to be good. But Silvani and Sparrow have officially announced that they are not working on the new Darkwing comic. Unfortunately, which means it probably won't tie into the comics that have come before, but it doesn't mean it's going to be bad. I mean, as we've seen with some of these Disney Adventure comics, some of those have been really good, and they didn't have Silvani or Sparrow.
Yeah.
I'm still hopeful that we're in for a really good series.
Well, I'm gonna get it regardless. I don't care.
Me, I try and support anything Darkwing I can afford, and sometimes things I can't afford.
Yeah, man. So I'm hopeful that it'll be good. I will give this new writer, new illustrator a chance, or writers. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, man. But I'm hopeful for it. I'm hoping for the best. It is kind of sad to not see Sparrow and Silvani's names tied into it, though.
Yeah. I will say, though, they released visuals of some of the Gargoyles covers, and the visuals look amazing on those. So I'm hopeful Darkwing's going to get the same kind of love and attention.
Yeah. I mean, it's sad news, but it's also news. At least we got it way in advance. We can be more prepared for it. We can have our grieving period. Yeah, I say grieving like it's a funeral or something, but it's still sad though,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, man. And for those who are wondering what's going on with me, if you don't follow me, my personal pages and stuff, or on Instagram, I'm still a booking agent for conventions and stuff like that, and I've been growing a lot. I've been growing a lot, and if you're a friend of mine or a listener and you got some advice for me, because I got some clients, I'll be honest with you, I know nothing about. And Stan, one of them is a Power Ranger, or a second. I got a second Power Ranger.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got 2 Power Rangers now.
Yeah, I got 2 Power Rangers, and I don't think I've seen more than 8 episodes of the Power Rangers.
Yeah, and at this point, I don't think you've seen any of the series that your Rangers are from. I'm pretty sure you've not watched anything from Zeo or Wild Force.
Yeah, I've seen not even 10. Well, I'll say I've seen 20 seconds because the triplets post a lot of stuff. But I'll say I haven't seen anything longer than 2 minutes of Zeo.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I got a bunch of new clients, so I'm growing. So if you got anything you can help me out with on some of these clients, because I'll be honest with you, I've been doing some research, but the fans know more than I do what I can research. So I would really appreciate that. Outside of that, I took a nice vacation. I was gone for 17 days. I was in I don't know if it's considered a country, the Republic of Hong Kong. I was there for 17 days, and I did happen to go to Hong Kong Disneyland. It was fun. I can tell my Hong Kong friends they love Disneyland out there, but I was the Debbie Downer there because I've been to Disney World, and Disney World to Disneyland. I don't know how I'm gonna compare this. Let me think of a good example. I would say it would be like watching an IMAX movie and then watching that movie on a portable DVD player. Is that a good fair comparison?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so it was a big difference. So to me, it was a huge downgrade. I didn't go out there and say, "Oh man, this Disneyland is trash." I didn't do that. I didn't want to be disrespectful, and it was not trash. I still had a good time. It just was really small compared to Disney World. Like we were able to go ride all the rides and walk through the whole park in like maybe 4 hours out there.
Wow.
Where Disney
Oh,
World,
intimate.
yeah, Disney World takes me 24 hours for each part, a whole day. Like
Yeah.
it's the line's a lot longer. It's a lot. And Magic Kingdom itself, it takes me 2 days out there in Orlando. So it's a big difference. But I had a great time. It was a fun experience. I'll be honest with you. I would love to go back. I am trying to go back. Um,
Now,
I didn't
correct
see.
me
Oh,
if
go ahead.
I'm wrong, but they didn't really have anything, any Disney afternoon presents.
No, I didn't see anything Disney afternoon. No duck. Well, I saw one ducktail pin. Matter of fact, I even have that pin here. Um,
And it coincides
uh,
with your DuckTales shirt.
yeah, you can't see it because of the sticker, but it was basically Scrooge coming out the money bin.
Is that anniversary pin they just dropped?
Yeah, that was the only thing Ducktales I saw there. I didn't see nothing Tailspin, nothing Goof Troop, nothing Darkwing.
Surprised no Rescue Rangers considering that
No
movie.
rest. I saw Chip and Dale stuff, but nothing. It was like I saw
Old school Chip and Dale.
yeah, it was old school Chip and Dale, and it was besides that, I saw the what's they called, the Loungefly backpacks.
Yeah.
I saw one of them, but it wasn't like toward the movie or anything. Um, I did see a character out there, or two characters out there that I'd never seen before, even heard of, that were huge. One of them was called Duffy. Duffy was like a bear, and then there was a female, a fox called Lena Bell. Big deal with my friends out there because all my friends out there were females, and they were crazy about Lena Bell. They were bringing the doll out there. They made their own outfits for her. They bought extra outfits for Lena Bell. Lena Bell is like insane out there. Mickey and Minnie weren't even existing out there compared to Lena Bell and Duffy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lena Bell and was huge out there. I did get some of those Oswald the Lucky Rabbit limited edition anniversary pins. I did get some of those out there, and then I did get this one. Oh, I fell in love with this one, Stan. It was a Hong Kong exclusive Oswald 95th anniversary pin,
Nice.
and only 500 in existence. So I
So
grabbed
there's
three
only
of them.
400. Oh, three of them. I was going to
Yeah,
say there's only 499 left. That means there's only 497 left.
yep. I grabbed three of them. Let's see. There's two, and here's all three. Yep, I grabbed three of them. I grabbed two for me purposely, but then I was like, maybe I'll grab a third just to play it safe. I
Yeah.
lose one or something.
Well, at this point, you can hang one up on your wall. You can open one and actually wear it. And the third you can keep as an investment just in case something happens to one of the other two.
I might keep two as an investment and one to wear. I might do that. Yeah, and then a few other pins I got. This is Hong Kong right here. This is like Hong Kong Disneyland theme park right there. I think this was a D23 exclusive, but they had it out there available.
Yeah.
If I flip it over, it is in Cantonese, so I can't read
Yeah.
it. I did grab this Donald one. It was limited edition. I don't know if this one was Hong Kong exclusive, but on the back of it, it does say limited edition of 400.
Nice.
Yeah, and it does say Hong Kong Disneyland Resort. So this one is very limited. Let's see what else I got here. There's another one of the Hong Kong one. And then I got some of my Oswald stuff up here. And I bought two of these out there, one for me to wear, and then one for the one of my Hong Kong friends to wear.
Oh, you actually found something Darkwing. You lied.
No. I didn't find this out there. I brought it with me.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I thought
yeah.
you said you bought it out there. I'm like,
Oh no,
hey.
brought. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I brought this with me for me to wear out there because I got like 3 of these Darkwing ones, and then I gave one away because I brought one of my friends, this girl named Kama. I brought her a Darkwing shirt also.
Nice.
Yeah, so she could wear it out there. Cause I was out in Disneyland like 3 days, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a blast, man.
I'm
All
glad
right.
you had fun.
Oh yeah, man. I didn't want to come back. I did not want to come back. We'll talk more
Also,
about Hong Kong another time, but
yeah.
but
So I will give a quick plug for us. Anyone wanting to see this awesome merch that Will got, come check out our YouTube version of this episode.
oh yeah, I forgot to say yeah, because people they couldn't see it.
Yeah.
or maybe I'll send you some photos of it, Stan, and you can post on the page and stuff sometime.
Either or, but I think they'd have a blast watching us.
Okay, but I know some people don't watch us though. Some people prefer the Spotify.
True.
Yeah, so it's all preferences. I don't knock people, but okay. So Stan, we are doing a Disney Adventures comic review, but it's also you can find this comic in other places, correct?
Yep, you can find it in Colossal Comics #7 and Darkwing Duck Classics Volume
Okay.
1.
Okay, I had it. I read it on the Disney Adventures one. This is
Yep.
what, February '92.
February '92. Yep.
Okay, and this one got the dinosaurs on the cover, Disney dinosaurs.
Yeah, gotta love them.
Yeah, and I didn't read any of the other comics in here, but there were some other ones that I was interested in. I saw DuckTales. I think I saw a Tailspin one.
Well,
There's a rock.
Yeah, there's a Roger Rabbit.
There's a Roger Rabbit. Thank God I didn't see a Bonkers, so we're good there. Oh, there's a Chippendale Rescue Ranger one.
Yeah.
Okay, there's DuckTales. Yeah, there's DuckTales.
There are 2 things about Darkwing in here I want to point out before we start the comic itself, though.
Okay, what's that?
One is a pretty nice bit of the Disney Adventure staff hanging with Darkwing.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, that's up at the front. Also, there's an ad with Darkwing pretty much threatening us that he'll see us in February.
Okay.
He does look pretty threatening there, doesn't he, Will?
Yeah, man.
I'll see you in February.
All right, Stan, what's the name of the comic we are reviewing today?
We are reviewing today Turnabout is Foul Play.
Okay. Now, without giving a spoiler, did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? Were you content? Okay. Where were you at?
It was okay-ish. There was a couple parts that were kind of like, but it wasn't terrible.
Okay. And you matter of fact, you know what, Stan? Let's get into who's our writer and our illustrator and stuff, man.
So our writer for this one is Doug Gray. And we've actually encountered him quite a few times before. Okay. In addition to this story, he wrote The Kitty Cat Caper. He also worked on Just Us Justice Ducks Part 1 and 2, Hero for a Day, Super Union Blues 1 and 2, Cat in a Hot Tin Suit, and Fluffy's Reign of Terror.
Okay, so he's got some decent ones and some bad ones.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about our illustrator? Who we got?
And our illustrator is David Schwartz, who we've also seen him in the Fluffy trilogy and in Versionary Cactus.
Okay.
So yeah, we've seen these 2 before.
All right.
So I will say that I believe this is the last time that we will see David Schwartz.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure we've done Inversionary Cactus, which is the only one that I'm not entirely sure about him.
Okay.
I think we'll encounter Doug Gray again at least once more.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get into this comic. Let me count the pages real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 pages. That's not bad.
Yeah.
That was not
I'd
bad.
say it's the biggest comic in the issue.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Possibly. I'd have to count the Tailspin one because that one was pretty big too.
Okay. All right. All right. So Stan, man, take us away, man. How do we get this one started?
So we
And it,
start with a very, very long prologue
mhm.
with everybody's favorite metal beaked adversary, Steelbeak.
Yeah, man. I don't know why when I read these comics, like whoever the villain or the actor, their voices go in my head. Whoever really did the voice. Yeah, man. So when I read it, I hear like Raw Post's voice, man. Yeah, man. And what's weird about this one when we start off, man, we don't have the title screen right away.
No, it takes, I think, 7 or 8 pages for
Yeah, it takes a while, so that was a little different.
that.
All right, so keep going though, Stan. Take us away, man.
So yeah, Steelbeak is talking about how he's always been fascinated about, the struggle between good and evil, and that he's, figured out that it's a chemical imbalance, and the chemical, which he calls gunnison again.
Hmm.
Yeah, it took me a few reads to figure out what that was supposed to mean.
Yeah.
But he basically wants to make Darkwing evil.
Yeah, he wants to make him evil, so he has like a machine or something, right? That he has him tied up to.
Yep,
Okay, and then but Darkwing is trying to escape, but he starts is trying to escape with flashbacks. I think kind of.
yeah,
Hmm. I was a little confused on that, so maybe you can help me out a little bit. So basically, because we're in the comic world, the flashback is buying him time as we're reading, right?
yeah.
Okay. So,
And at first it's just a quick flashback, and he's like, "No, show a real flashback. You can afford it."
but what happened on that first flashback? Because I thought it was kind of funny.
An Eggman smashes Darkwing over the head with a grandfather clock.
That's so like unusual. Why a grandfather clock? You know?
Well, it would probably knock a person out,
Oh
but
yeah,
in the real world, it'd do more than that. So,
yeah. But
comics.
yeah, but Darkwing's not happy with that flashback. He wants something else
Right.
and something that is quick. So then we get
A
like
G-rated flashback
yep,
for general audiences.
yep. So now we're finally in Saint Canard, right? So and we got Launchpad here, correct?
Yep, and they're in the rat catcher, and they hear a cry. Well, at least Launchpad thinks it's a cry for help.
Yeah, I do like that one drawing though, Stan, where it shows Darkwing like in the alley, and you can see the shadow on the wall.
Yeah,
Yeah, I really like that one. And then that's Launchpad way in the back in the shadow, correct?
yep.
Yep.
But that wasn't a cry for help, was it?
No, what was it, Stan?
A cry for help.
Yep.
Ruh-roh, Raggy. Rarkring and Launchpad are in rubble.
Hmm. Now there was something really weird. There was like an Eggman, like a dog or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, the dog that they think they're trying to rescue is an evil Eggman dog. I've never seen one of those
Yeah, I was
before.
like, yeah, it took me like a second glance. I'm like, am I seeing that correctly? I was like, I hope mine's not a print error or something. I was like, let me double check when we do this with Stan. Okay, yeah. So Darkwing beats up all these Eggmen easily because this is his flashback, correct?
Yeah,
And then who pops back in the middle of his flashback?
Steelbeak telling him to tell the truth that that's not how it really happened.
Yep, and he hits him hard in the head too.
Yeah, with
Yep.
I think like some sort of wrench.
Yeah, like one of those plumber's wrench or something.
Yeah,
Hmm. And he's like, enough with this flashback.
yeah.
Yeah. So, but
And Darkwing, though, he managed to get one of his hands loose.
he got one of his hands loose, and then what happens after that?
Before he can do anything about the other one, Steelbeak hits him over the head again, this time with a book.
Yep. And then we finally get the title.
Yeah, and Steelbeak's even like, and now, finally, at last, the moment you have been waiting for. The title page.
And do the laugh. I can't do that laugh, Stan. Yeah, I can't do it, man. So then Steelbeak finally turns on the switch.
Yep.
The switch. I wish that we needed Nega Duck right there.
You mean the switch?
Yeah. So he turns on the switch, and Darkwing is now, I guess, zapping, whatever.
Yep.
Yep. And then two of the Eggmen takes him away, but I've never seen these Eggmen like this, man. These are like all kind of different Eggmen I've never seen before in this whole issue.
Yeah. But they bring him back to the same alley where Launchpad still hasn't extricated himself from the trash can he's stuffed into.
Yep. Now this is where I do find the story where I finally starting to enjoy it, because Darkwing goes out and about, and I do like this. And he's supposed to be a villain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a villain. He runs out, and the first place he goes is where we find two Eggmen.
Yep.
And I'm trying to glance through it real quick. I'm trying to remember what they were doing. I think they were counterfeiting money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were counterfeiting money, and then two police officers show up.
Yeah,
two police officers show up. They see Darkwing. I think he got upset because the cops were there.
Yeah, he's like, the cops, they'll never take me.
Yeah, so it's just by coincidence he actually saved it, the place, and the cops came in there and they did their thing.
And I have to ask, when you're reading this where Darkwing has gone bad, are you hearing him as normal Darkwing, or are you hearing a touch of negative?
I did do a touch of Negaduck. I did more Darkwing though. I'll admit that I was doing more Darkwing, but a touch of Negaduck. You did it the same way?
Yeah.
Okay. And so what's going on with LP though after that happens?
Well, some kid named Billy has cut him out of the trash can. Launchpad promises he'll get him a Darkwing decoder ring for it.
Yeah. And then Darkwing goes on one of those I don't what's the name of that boat? It looks like the Thunderquack, but I don't think it's ever had got a name before, did it?
No, and this is actually different than the one we saw in the last issue that we did.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because the last one was a hardtop. This is quite clearly like a speedboat version.
Yeah, and it looks like Darkwing's going there because I think he wants to like hijack the boat.
Yeah,
the little cruise ship. Yeah,
yeah.
he wants to hijack it, but when he goes there to hijack it, it turns out they're like they got international criminals in there hiding.
Yeah,
and I guess they're like deporting. No, not deporting them. They're sneaking them
smuggling
them in. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then who showed up? The Coast Guard
again.
Yeah, the Coast Guard. Yeah, the Coast Guard show up again. Darkwing gets out of there. He saved the day again, but his intention was not good.
Nope. But Steelbeak, he just thinks his machine didn't work.
Yeah, he thinks his machine don't work. He's upset. He's ticked off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm trying to remember what happened next. Darkwing goes back, and now this part, I'll let you take over because this whole part I did do the Negaduck voice.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Stan. What's going on?
Darkwing shows up at the St. Canard power plant, and he calls the police commissioner to let him know that he's going to turn off the power and send the city into a blackout.
Mm-hmm.
And he does it, but once again, he unwittingly saves the day.
Yeah. How did he save the day, Stan?
Because apparently F.O.W.L agents had a colossal electric cannon aimed at the city hall, but since Darkwing turned off the power, they didn't get a single shot at it.
Yeah. That's what I was saying though, Stan. This is where I started enjoying the comic. Like I was laughing. I was like, oh man, this is cool, you know. Because that prologue thing, man, it took forever to get kind of going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will say this actually reminds me a bit of a Darkwing episode. I think it was the one where he was trying to get arrested.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Trying to pretend to be a villain. He ended up like saving the day a couple times.
Yeah, so then we get a Darkwing and Steelbeak battle. Steelbeak still doesn't think the weapon worked. And instead of a gas gun, Darkwing had a grappling hook.
I think the grappling hook came out of the gas gun.
Well, that's what I meant. Instead of gas shooting out. instead of instead of a gas canister, it was the grappling hook. Yeah,
Right.
and then
But
Launchpad shows
Steelbeak,
up.
I
Oh,
was
go
going
ahead.
to say, Steelbeak manages to get the upper hand and tie Darkwing up.
Yeah, he actually defeated him, but then LP shows up,
Yep.
and LP gives him the news that it actually worked.
Yeah.
All right, keep going, Stan.
Yeah, Darkwing, even though he's tied up, he's like, I'll mangle you. I'll eat your heart.
Yep, and Steelbeak is.
And yeah, I gotta do Steelbeak flying here, though. He's like, it did work. I turned him into a criminal, but he was so incompetent that he actually prevented crime.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious, man. Yeah, he said something that was like plastic surgery or something, I think, right?
Yeah, because Launchpad tells him, stop laughing, you gotta change him back. And he's like, I can't. It's like plastic surgery. You can't go back and forth.
Yeah, they didn't show like Launchpad fighting Steelbeak, but then he was tied up instantly.
Yeah, I
I
think
thought,
he probably was laughing too much that he couldn't stop himself from being tied up.
yeah, and
That's
then
my assumption anyway.
yeah, LP unties Darkwing. Darkwing first starts off like he's still gonna be a villain though, when he
Yeah,
first gets untied. But then I guess he kind of snaps back into it, correct?
yeah, he snaps out of it and he's like, what am I doing? I was
Mhm.
going to exterminate my pal.
Yep. And then but Darkwing makes a boo-boo. Big mistake.
Yeah, he starts stomping on the machine and he blasts Launchpad and Steelbeak and himself to Kingdom Come.
Yep. And LP tells him he's proud of him and everything because he did technically he still does save the day.
And we do get a partial entrance here at the very end.
Yeah, go for it, Stan.
Of course, I am not, or of course, am I not the terror that flaps in the night? Am
Mm-hmm.
I not the criminal antacid that soothes and relaxes?
Mm-hmm.
And then we find ourselves in another flashback, don't
Yep, we find ourselves in another flashback.
we? Yep. Steelbeak has decided to bring him back and let him rewrite the story anyway, because at least he won't get blown up in that version.
Yep. And he said, "You're too much." Period. Yeah. So and that's the end.
Yeah.
All right. So Stan, man, let's go. Let's give this comic a score, man.
You go first.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
We're doing it. What, 1 out of 5?
Yeah.
Okay. I will go with a 2.5 score. I do think the prologue started off so slow that kind of damaged it. But once we get into the where he becomes a bad guy, he's a criminal, it gets funny. And
Yeah.
as long as you can keep up with it's a flashback within a flashback and it's a flashback for us readers, then it's something different. It's enjoyable. So I'm gonna go 2.5.
All right.
Yep. I think
I'm
Steelbeak
gonna,
is good in it,
yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go a little higher than you. I'm gonna give it a 3.
You're gonna give it a 3? Okay.
Because I love the fact that you can really hear the character voices. They were written very well.
I
You
agree.
know, some of the gags in there, like hitting Darkwing over the head with the grandfather clock, and the Eggman dog, are just so fun to. And the fact that Darkwing, as a villain, actually prevents crime.
Mhm.
Are such great moments in the comic. A
Mhm.
couple things are a little confusing. Obviously, once again, because, you know, David Schwartz's art, the art isn't as good as it could be, because he has that very peculiar style he draws people into the swirling eye.
Mhm. Okay.
So brings it down a little. Like if the art was on par with some of the other ones, I'd probably even do 3.5.
Okay.
But
And you know what?
overall, I liked it.
Yeah, you know what? I would say even though I gave it a 2.5, I would say with the comics, if you get a 2, they're a decent read. As long as it gets to me a 2 and up, it's a decent read. I don't think we've read any of them from the Disney Adventures that's going to get a 5.
Chaos God.
Yeah, that was
Maybe.
not a 5 for me because of one of them, man. One of the stories I just don't like. I think it's the Chip and Dale one.
Yeah,
Is that the one?
that
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 yeah,
was the weakest one.
Yeah, I think that's the only one I didn't like, man. The Goof Troop one is okay, but I'm not crazy about it. But then the rest of them, I love 'em.
Right.
Yeah, so Chaos God to me may be the closest one to a 5, maybe. Oh no, I
Maybe.
got one. I got one that could be close. That Liquid Diet.
Oh yeah,
I,
Liquid
I-
Diet's definitely
yeah,
5.
yeah, I love that one. That one's up there.
Yeah, and that one did premiere in Disney Adventures, so
Yeah, I love that Liquid Diet one. That's a good one.
oh, it makes sense. It was written by the guy who knew Liquidator best.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. All right, so
Uh,
Stan, man.
Unfortunately, we don't really have much new villains to rate. I mean, we could rate the Egg Dog. That's about
Nah,
it, though.
yeah, I'm not
I
rating
mean,
no egg dog.
full disclosure, Egg Dog will probably be Character of the Week for this one,
Okay.
since there's not much else I can do with it.
Yeah, it'll be what, egg dog or the commissioner. That's it. That's the only two options.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right, so Stan, man, we are gonna do another Disney Adventures, but we're going a little bit left on the next one, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have it on me, so I don't know the name of the comic that we're doing next.
I don't really recall it either, but we'll give you guys a hint for what it'll contain. Woo,
That's a giveaway.
probably, but
Okay, well, I'll go ahead and spoil a little bit. I don't know the name of the comic, but the reason why we picked this issue from Disney Adventure doesn't even have an issue number, does it?
issue 0.
It's issue 0. It's the very first Disney Adventure. There's a DuckTales comic in there, and I kind of figured since it's issue 0, this one opened the door, this one paved the way, this one's
Yep,
hollow grounds, and me and Stan both have this issue.
yep,
So I felt like, hey, let's give this one some due respect. So we'll take a little break from Darkwing.
for
Uh,
1 week.
yeah, just for 1 week, but it's DuckTales, still duck related. So we're gonna go there. We're gonna read that issue. That'll be the next review. I don't know the name of the comic. I don't know why. Should I Google it real quick or just leave it alone?
Ah,
Okay, so we'll leave it alone. Stan, for the people tuning in for the first time, where can they find us?
Stitcher, Spotify, iTunes, Pocket Cast, iHeartRadio, Radio Public, Pandora. Pretty much, if you have a favorite podcast app, chances are we're on.
Hmm.
Also, YouTube,
Also YouTube.
where
That's where
you
you
can
go,
see
right?
our smiling faces. And yes, YouTube is where I go.
Yeah, okay.
Keep in mind, too, you don't necessarily have to watch us on YouTube. You can always open it up and then open up another tab on your computer to do other things and just listen to us.
Okay. Yeah, but some people feel they pay for a service on those other apps, so mute Apple or whatever, so that's where they want it. And I get it. I get
Yeah,
it. I don't knock them. Because to each their own. Because I know Mike likes to listen to it in the car, so he can't watch it.
right.
He likes to listen to it in his car on his way to work. So to each their own. People got their own preference. Some people want to listen to it at work while they're working and stuff. If you got that
Yeah,
opportunity, knock it out. But we do appreciate everybody that listens to us. Thank you so much. We've been going on for I think 3 years now.
I think so.
Somewhere we're around that ballpark. I'll ask Mike. Mike's the one who knows our anniversary date. We might have already passed 3 years or 2 years. I don't know where we're at.
Oh,
But
we're definitely past 2. I know
okay,
that.
yeah. So we're somewhere out there, and for those who've been tuning in or still finding us late, thank you so much. Unfortunately, if you just now finding us, you weren't there when we did all 91 episodes, but all 91 episodes of the show are still available. You can go back and listen to
Yeah,
it on any app or whatever on
we've
YouTube.
covered all 91 episodes. We've covered all of the Boom Studios comics, all the Joe Books comics, and a hefty amount of the other comics.
Yeah, we done. Me and Stan have done some stuff outside of Disney Adventures too.
Yeah,
We got some of the golden books and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, so we got some stuff out there. If you're a huge Darkwing Duck fan, or if you're getting into it, we got some stuff to review. Remember, this is all opinion based, so it's all subjective. I'm a huge Cracker Jack fanboy. Stan, I believe, is Negaduck.
yeah.
Mike is Megavolt. We had Mike, no, Tim Partridge. He's a huge Liquidator fan. We had Owen. He's Liquidator. So we had something for everybody at some point. There's some things that I'm biased on. I'm biased when it comes to Cracker Jack and Morgana. I love Morgana. I mean,
Yeah.
we everybody. If you just now tuning in, you'll catch up on it. And I admit
Oh,
I'm biased. I admit it numerous times. I'm biased.
yep.
Mike admits
Mr. Infinity Scores.
Oh yeah. All right. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. Stan, you wanted to give a shout out, correct?
Yes, I did. I wanted to give a shout out to Michelle Pfaff, who's part of our St. Canard Files Facebook and Zoom chats. She actually helped me add a hard to find Darkwing book to my collection, the Darkwing Duck Mark.
Okay, I never heard of that before.
Yeah, it's a hard one to find.
Yeah, I've never seen that one before, man.
Yeah, the whole premise of them was you'd have, pages, and then you'd have to use that little red marker to reveal hidden pictures.
Oh, okay. Do you have the marker?
I don't have the marker. I can get it pretty easily, but the first couple pages were done in. I don't know if you can see what shot you find.
Yeah, I can't see it that good.
Yeah, it's hard to catch it on camera.
Okay.
Thank you again, Michelle. You rock.
All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in.
You got any shout outs tonight?
No, I ain't got no shout out. I didn't think it through, man. But thank you everyone for tuning in. Tune in next week as me and Stan are gonna go over that DuckTales comic review. As we said, it's from issue number 0. It's just showing the respect to the first comic on Disney Adventures that paved the way. All right. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and remember, stay dangerous.
Stay dangerous, everyone. Don't trust any egg dog.